Hey gardeners, Katie here. Today I have nothing going on in my garden, so I wanted to talk to you about one of my favorite things, seeds. Specifically today, buying them. So if you are starting your seed collection, or if you're like me and have a rather ridiculously large one and are just looking to add to it, I wanted to talk to you today about my 3 favorite seed companies for you to consider your next purchase from. So let's grow. First, really quick, before I get started with the 3 seed companies, I wanted to touch on 2 things, just really quick. The first one is why buy seeds versus a nursery plant. And the second, I just wanted to touch on a very high level explanation of the 3 different seed genetic types. So, why buy seeds versus a nursery plant at your nursery or big box place? The biggest reason is variety. If you go to a nursery and you find tomatoes, you might have a couple of options between a couple slicer tomatoes, a couple big tomatoes, a couple cherry tomatoes. But if you go online and shop for seeds, you will have maybe 30 options of big tomatoes, 20 options of slicer tomatoes, 80 options of cherry tomatoes. There's over 10,000 varieties of tomatoes, and when shopping for seeds, you can tap into that variety. I find that to be one of the coolest things about buying seeds is just the endless amount of variety. Okay, and then just real quick, there are 3 different genetic seed types that I wanted to mention: GMO, open pollinated or heirloom, and the third is hybrid. So the first type is GMO, genetically modified seeds. I'm sure we've all heard of these. So these are going to be seeds that mostly farmers have access to. Your typical backyard gardener is not going to grow GMO seeds. Open pollinated seeds are genetically stable and will produce what you expect them to produce year after year. So if you pick that perfect tomato and you prevent cross-pollination from any nearby other tomatoes, you can be confident that the seeds you save from it and plant the following year are going to be the exact same perfect tomato. With open pollinated seeds, you typically have a better variety. They're usually more intense in their color and flavor, but sometimes they get a bad rap for being more susceptible to diseases. So an open pollinated seed is called an heirloom seed when it has been grown for many, many years and its genetics have been completely proven. Meaning you plant the seed, you get the plant. You plant the seed, you get the plant. Some people agree on 50 years. Others say many, many more years. Like I've even read 100 to 200 years before they will consider it an heirloom seed. So if you're getting an heirloom seed, it's been around a while and it's proven its stuff. So in other words, heirloom seeds equal open pollinated seeds, but open pollinated seeds don't always equal heirloom seeds. Hybrid seeds are 2 different types of plants that are crossbred with the intention of enhancing desired traits like yield or disease resistance. First generation seeds are called F1 seeds. The F stands for filial, which is a Latin word that translates to daughter or son and means it's a offspring of a cross. To me, in my head, F equals Frankenstein. After F1, you can have F2, F3, F4, and etc. These plants are cool because they're typically stronger, maybe more disease resistant, higher yields. Then there's beans. The beans. She's hunting squirrels or bugs or leaves or something. Anyways, but hybrid seeds, hybrid plants, you can't save seeds from these plants. Because they were crossed between 2 different kinds, the seed could do many different things. It could actually grow exactly like that plant, but generally you're going to get traits from the mother or the father plant, or you may get a totally new plant. Bye, beans! Okay, and a side note, organic is not a genetic type. It is a way of growing plants. So technically speaking, all three of these could be organic. GMO could be organic. Heirloom, open pollinated, and hybrid could be grown organically. So a real quick, super simple breakdown and 3 questions to ask yourself is, are you wanting to save seeds? Do you want open pollinated plants? Do you want more intensity, history, and nostalgia? Go for the heirloom, open pollinated type of plants. Are you after a seed that combats a certain disease in your area? You probably want to check out hybrid seeds. Okay, so the reason why we're here, the 3 seed companies that I love to buy seeds from. Real quick, here's reasons why I love all of them. I like their stories. They all have the same mission, which is to inspire people to grow their own food. They all offer veggies, flowers, bulbs, plants like strawberries. They have supplies, and they offer educational materials. They all also have a web presence too. None of them offer GMO variety seeds, and they all have pretty quick shipping. I have experience with all 3 of these companies, and they have earned my trust. There are some goods and some not so greats with each company. So for each one of these 3, I want to just real quick talk about their story that attracted me, the good things that they offer, in my opinion, and the not so great things that come with them, in my opinion. Company number 1, my most absolute favorite, Johnny's. You're probably not too surprised if you're into the seeds like I am. So this company was started in 1972 in Maine, United States, by Rob Johnston Jr. with the goal of bringing seeds to families to grow their own food. The thing I love the most is in 2012, Rob turned over the company to his employees. This company is 100% employee owned. When he was ready to retire, he didn't want to sell the company to the highest bidder or, group of random shareholders. He wanted the employees that had done the work to grow the company to own the company. And it was a 6-year process to get this all accomplished. And I just get goosebumps, literally, thinking about how cool that is to work for a place and a guy who is that invested in your future. Heartstrings pulled much. So the good things that I have written down for them are just the sheer selection and educational tools that they offer. It's insane. On their website, they even have a spacing calculator. So if you have a bed that's 4 by 10, you need to know how many plants to plant in that full bed, you can plug in that information in their bed spacing calculator and it will tell you. And it's amazing. They offer heirloom seeds as well as hybrid seeds. They're actually the only one of the 3 that I'm going to list that offers hybrid. On some of their seed packets, they list the germination rates. So like you see right there, it says germination rate 97% and the test date. That's pretty cool. You know what you're getting, or you know your risk when you get it. I find that information refreshing. Speaking of the seed packet, they have the most information you could possibly want on a seed packet. I have never, I don't think, gone, well, I wonder XYZ after reading a Johnny's seed packet. The information is stellar. They also have a printed, mailed catalog that they send you, which I'm kind of a book nerd, so I like the feeling of holding a book, turning the pages, looking at the pictures, flagging the pages that I'm interested in buying the seeds, circling, making notes. I like that kind of thing. If you are an online only, then this may not matter to you, but I like the printed catalog. Their seeds go through rigorous seed trials and a breeding program. It can take 5 to 10 years for a plant that they're testing out to make it into their offerings, which I find pretty cool. They're putting in the work. Another thing I like is that they give you the botanical name for the seeds. I don't know, maybe that's just the nerd in me. But right here, this is a snapdragon, but they also give you the botanical name, which I can never pronounce. And enter may just, I'm not even gonna try. But it's cool to know that info. So also Johnny's quantities are awesome because they have levels that are good for backyard gardeners way up to farmers. I mean, they have like 50,000 seeds you can buy in bulk for a farming operation, which I find pretty cool. Their social media presence is very serious, polished, and very educational, which I appreciate. The not so great about Johnny's is that they're a little more expensive than any other seed packet I have ever found. They're usually in the $3 to $5 to $6 range. And shipping can be a lot unless you get to an order of $200, which your average backyard gardener might not easily hit. So I've struggled with that in the past. The only other thing that bums me out about Johnny's is that they don't have pictures on the seed packets. They have every other info you could possibly want, just don't have those beautiful pictures that kind of draw you in. May not be a problem for you, but for me, sometimes it kind of bums me out. All right, company number 2, M.I. Gardener in Michigan. This company started with a one-man band, Luke. He started YouTube videos in 2011. He grew up in a farmer family and wanted to share his love of gardening and inspire people to grow their own food, and it shows. His YouTube channel has now created the opportunity for him and his wife, Cindy with an S, to create a family business. They now have a seed shop, a building, employees. They just purchased land on a farm. You can follow him on YouTube, and his journey's just been fun to watch. So the goods on M.I. Gardener is that their seed packets are only $2 per seed packet. Any of them, all of them, $2. He says he's not gonna ever raise it, but $2? What? And it's not like $2, oh, they're cheap seeds. These seeds, their germination rates are amazing. I have never bought a pack of seeds from him and been disappointed in the germination rates. They are stellar seeds for $2. Something else I love about Luke is that he wants you to save your seeds. He has videos teaching you how. He even says, you know, even if this puts me out of business, I want you to be knowledgeable on how to grow your own food, save the seeds so that your garden can sustain your family. Oh, that just tugs on my heart. They also have great customer service. One time I bought, I think it was 5 seed packets, and one of them happened to be completely empty. And I emailed them just to let them know in case anyone else had the same problem. She was great. She, of course, apologized and said, I'll send you a new packet out right away, which I was like, okay, that's cool. They sent me 5 new seed packets of everything I had bought. I mean, that's amazing. So not only did I get the seeds that I didn't get before, but I got double of the 4 just as a oops, we're sorry. M.I. Gardener offers heirloom seeds only, and there's this really cool video on his channel about how they found a 100-year-old tomato seed and thought, let's try to plant them. Sure enough, one of them grew, and long story short, he now has a field of them to offer us seeds for. They also have a points system on their website. Don't quote me, but I think it's every $1 you spend, you get 10 points. And then when you get to 100 points, you get $1 off. That might not be the exact details, but there's a points system to help you save some money. The information on their seed packets has greatly improved. In the beginning, there was some information that I wished was on there, but it has greatly improved, and there's almost nothing on there now that I don't wish I had. In the fall, they offer something fun called grab bags, which is a 20 seed package for $20. I assume it's going to be 20 this year. Don't quote me yet. I haven't seen it. But it's random. It's a random 20 seed package. You don't get to pick. You just say, here's my $20. Give me what you got. It's designed to help them kind of clean out their inventory. But it's fun because you get stuff that you would not have grown normally or chosen normally, probably. Potential spam. No, thank you. So actually, I did this a couple years in a row, and it led me to find my most favorite tomato ever, the Yamana. I would never have purchased it. It's a yellow tomato. I would have never been interested probably, but I got it in a grab bag and I grew it, and now it's my most favorite tomato. So that's fun. They also make and sell their own fertilizer called Trifecta, which I've had in my garden. It's amazing. And they also recently started offering a vegan version, which is basically a fertilizer made with no animal products in it. So if that is important to you, I don't know of any other place where you can find that as easily as in my gardener. Their social media presence to me is endearing, approachable, and comfortable. You just feel good watching Luke talk about plants. It makes you just want to go grow more. You should check them out, seriously. Okay, but now the not so greats of In My Gardener is they are more veggie heavy than flowers. So if you're trying to grow flowers or you're super into flowers, their selection isn't as great as the other two. If you're a nerd like me, you'll be bummed to know that they don't give you the botanical names of plants. And there's not a huge bulk option, which is fine if you're a backyard gardener, but if you're looking to buy a ton of seeds, there's not a great bulk option like Johnny's. The book nerd in me is bummed that they don't offer a printed mailed catalog. There is an online one, but it's not, there's not that catalog that you get in the mail to flip through the pages. I get it, they're a small company, it's probably expensive, so I don't fault them for it. It's just something I wish I had. Okay, company number 3 is Baker Creek, or they're also, go away, also known as Rare Seeds Company online. So this company is owned by the Gettle family, and the dad, Jerry, started gardening at age 3, and when his family moved to Missouri at age 12, he continued his passion and eventually published their first catalog in 1998. So now they have the seed shop, they have a restaurant that serves, if I understand right, plant-based food only, and they are part of a lot of festivals, and they give tours. They welcome you to come to their business, and it's close too. Missouri's right next to Kansas, so it's not that far away. Okay, so some of the good things about Baker Creek is they have free shipping in the US only. Free shipping! What? And the photos on their seed packets and their website and their catalog, but the seed packets, oh my goodness, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It's art. It makes you want it. Look at it. You want that. Sorry. I want more. These are empty. Gorgeous. So they also have the printed catalog, which I nerd out over and earmark the pages and circle stuff and make notes. They also have a second catalog called the Whole Catalog, which I've never actually purchased, but this year I think I might. I think it's, don't quote me, $15 maybe? Don't quote me. But you get everything they offer in that catalog. You should check it out. I think I'm going to too. You do it, I'll do it, we'll talk about it. Cool? Okay, so they also only offer heirloom seeds, and some of their seeds, dude, are so rare, hence the rare seeds. There is some crazy stuff on there that I have never seen anywhere else, and it is worth checking them out, especially if you have an experimental heart or you just like to find some weird stuff. You should go check them out. They also have rigorous seed trials and breeding programs all across the world, literally. And I think it's cool, they offer you a free seed packet with a certain amount of purchase. I think it's if you get 5 seed packets, you get a free one. So if you get 10, you get 2, 15, 3, that, don't quote me on those exact amounts, but you do get free seed packets. And see, free seed. Thank you for your order. Order? They're awesome. So their social media presence is relatable. It's down to earth, it's silly, and it's real. Like they just seem like cool people. You should check them out. Okay, some of the not so greats about Baker Creek. Their seed packets are a little more expensive than M.I. Gardner. They're in the like $3 to $4 to sometimes $5 range. And sometimes the seed packet lacks a little bit of information on it. Again, I'm an information nerd, and sometimes I don't get what the height of the plant will be, or even germination days, or days to maturity. Days to maturity. They have germination days. Sometimes it's the days to maturity that I don't get. And that's kind of a bummer. There is also not a huge bulk option, so it's more geared for your backyard gardener. So if you're wanting mass quantities of seeds, Johnny's is your best bet. So kind of just a high level, quick summary of each company. Johnny's, I just love the story. I love their selection, and I love their love of education. They speak to the nerd in me with their easy to understand science. M.I. Gardner, I just love the Luke, the YouTube videos, and then of course the price. M.I. Gardner speaks to the heart in me. I just resonate with his purpose and his story. Baker Creek, I love the visual aspect, the free shipping, and the unique varieties. They speak to my eyeballs and the beauty that I could potentially see in my own garden. So as long as it does not affect the ability to pay your bills, I encourage you to check out these 3 seed companies for any seed needs. Let me know if you have any experience with these 3 companies, or please, if there are any others that you know of that I need to know of, then I need to know, because I need to know. We all do. And right now is the best time to seed shop because it's the end of the season and a lot of these seed companies are offering sales and discounts. So speaking of, I think I'm gonna go do some seed shopping, and I'll catch you on the next video. Later, dude. Almost had a fly in there. The 3 different if I remember right, some making a video. You're in it now. Love you. Daughter's going to gymnastics. Get, shoot, fly. Get out of there. Look. No shame. You're gonna fall in. Ew, go. I also have no shame. And there's a spider on me. Oh, why? Why spiders? Ah! I'm just sitting on my deck and the spiders find me. He's on my computer. You're cute, but like, go away, dude. Yeah, go. Go, bye, go. No, not under. Away. Ah! He gone, it's all fine, it's all good. I'm not gonna squish him. We don't squish spiders. We encourage them to live elsewhere. Okay, where was I? Spider's gone, okay. Need a drink. I don't like spiders. I'm a gardener. It doesn't like spiders. It's totally normal. It's totally normal. It's totally normal. Okay.